Savyaham idam Krishnam ekam senastito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support, excuse me, I pervade and support this entire universe. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universe by His entering into all things as the Supersoul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in their separate opulence and grandeur. He should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as Supersoul. From Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the Supreme Goal. But worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein because even the greatest demigods, like Brahma and Shiva, represent only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He, the Supreme Lord, is the origin of everyone born, and no one is greater than him. He is Asam Mordva, which means that no one is superior to him and that no one is equal to him. In the Padma Puran, it is stated that one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigods, be they even Brahma or Shiva, becomes at once an atheist. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Shri Krishna and can fix his mind on the worship of Krishna without deviation. The Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the Supersoul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees, therefore, concentrate their minds on Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in the transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baladev Vidyabhusana, a great acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes this commentary on his chapter by saying, Yach Chakti Lesat Suryadya Bhavanti Ati Ugra Tejasa Yad Amsena Dritam Vishvam Sa Krishna Dasame Richite. From Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power. And by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is sustained. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is worshipable because he's the most powerful and most meaning he's everywhere present, and he's the most powerful personality of Godhead. Therefore, He is the number one person that should be worshipped. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute. Okay. So Lord Krishna is all pervading, meaning he's present everywhere, by his expansion of his partial representation, the Supersoul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees, therefore, concentrate their minds in Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in a transcendental position. It's very good knowledge.
Mhm.
Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhusana, a great acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes this commentary in this chapter by saying, from Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power. Just imagine how powerful the Lord is.
Mhm.
The sun gets its power from Krishna.
Very good.
And by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is worshipable. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute, in the opulence of Krishna.
Mhm.
So the Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the Supersoul. So no one can escape Krishna. Therefore, everyone should worship Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is present in the heart of every living entity. That means all the living entities, not just human beings. And he is transcendentally situated always. He's never touched by the material energy. That's why it says here, the Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the Supersoul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees, therefore, concentrate their minds on Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in a transcendental position. Yeah, that's what we should do. We should always concentrate our minds in Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in a transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baladeva Vidyabhusana, a great acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes this commentary on this chapter by saying, Yat Shakti Le Sat Suryada Suryadya Bhavanti Ati Ugra Tejasa Yad Amsena Tritam Pisvam Sa Krishno Dasame Rich Yate. From Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power. And by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is worshipable. Yeah, of course. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is greater and no one is equal to Krishna. That is stated in Sanskrit. Samandridva. He is, no one is greater than him, and no one is equal to him. Okay, so now we're going to go to chapter 11 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. 10th chapter. Oh, no, now we're going to chapter 11.
11th chapter.
Yeah. Which is entitled The Universal Form. Arjuna Uvacha Mad Anugrahaya Paramam Guyam Adyatma Samgitam Yat Tvayoktam Vachastena Moho Yam Vigato Mama. Translation. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you, meaning Krishna, have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Wow, that's a wonderful thing. This chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of the Mahavishnu, from whom the material universes emanate. Krishna is not an incarnation. He is the source of all incarnations. That has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened, like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again into his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's grace. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the supersoul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's no doubt about it. But there are so many people that are not convinced of that. That's because they don't associate with genuine devotees. Therefore, they concoct a lot of nonsensical theory about who God is. But Srila Prabhupada, fortunately, came and made the question crystal clear that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to him, no one is greater than him, and no one can emulate him. That means that there's only one Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is Krishna. That means that we can very, let's say, safely worship Krishna, knowing that he is the summum bonum, the supreme absolute truth. There's no more theories. There's no more different concepts. Uh, Krishna is the beginning and the end of everything. So therefore, we should surrender to him and not waste our time with speculation. Okay, so what time is it? 7:25. 5 minutes. We're going to text number 2. Oh, lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as lotus-eyed. Krishna's eyes appear just like the petals of a lotus flower. So, Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as lotus-eyed out of his joy for Krishna has assured him in the previous chapter, Aham Krishna Jagata Prabhava Pralayastata. I am the source of the appearance and disappearance of this entire material manifestation. Arjuna has heard of this from the Lord in detail. Arjuna further knows that in spite of his being the source of all appearances and disappearances, he is aloof from them. As the Lord has said in the 9th chapter, he is all pervading, yet he is not personally present everywhere. That is the inconceivable opulence of Krishna, which Arjuna admits that he has thoroughly understood. Well, I'm glad somebody has thoroughly understood. You have to be completely surrendered to Krishna to understand who Krishna is. Otherwise, it's not possible. And Arjuna is completely surrendered to Krishna. Text number 3. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord said that because he entered into the material universe by his personal representation, the cosmic manifestation has been made possible and is going on. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he is inspired by the statements of Krishna. But in order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desires to see him actually in his universal form, to see how he is acting from within the universe. Although he is apart from it, Arjuna's addressing the Lord as Purushottama is also significant. Since the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is present within Arjuna himself. Therefore, he knows the desire of Arjuna, and he can understand that Arjuna has no special desire to see him in his universal form, for Arjuna is completely satisfied to see him in his personal form of Krishna. But the Lord can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. Arjuna did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criterion, for in the future there would be so many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnations of God. The people, therefore, should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. Oh, so now we have a litmus test to know if someone is Krishna or not. If someone says, I am Krishna, okay, fine. Show me your universal form. Zero. They can't even imagine what the universal form of Krishna is. Therefore, you have a litmus test now to see who knows Krishna and who is just a fake. Text 4. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, or perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Yeah, revelation means that in a mysterious way, Krishna can reveal himself to the devotee. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Arjuna could understand that for a living entity, it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word Yogeshwara is also very significant here, because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for persons to depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Krishna. You have to become a genuine devotee, completely surrendered to Krishna, without any desires for mundane sense gratification. Text 5. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Pasyame Partha Rupani Sattaso Ta Sahasrasa Nana Vidani Divyani Nana Varna Kritina Cha. It's very nice poetry. It says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds and thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. Well, just imagine it. Hundreds and thousands of very divine and multicolored forms. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation, and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. Yeah, so that universal form of the Lord only exists in the material world. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested, similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non-manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. As far as the devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form, but because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way, that is for the benefit of other people, mundane people, and because Uh, it is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. As far as the devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form, but because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way, Krishna reveals this form. This universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it. Yeah, I mean, Arjuna is not really gung ho about seeing it, but in order to convince non devotees that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is asking Krishna to manifest his uh, form as the uh, super soul. Okay, text 6. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. Wow, just imagine that. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it is still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. Here it is stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms and manifestations. Now Krishna reveals these wonderful forms. Text number 7. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non moving, is here completely in one place. Now, that is absolutely impossible for mundane people. It's only possible for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. No one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on the other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Just imagine that. That's amazing. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything, past, present, and future. Text 8. Okay, so Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Wow, it's getting divine eyes. It's not these, three-dimensional glasses.
It's
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. A devotee must see his universal form by his grace, not with the mind, but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind, but his vision. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. Devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features not by godless display of opulences. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna never want Krishna to show his opulences. They are so immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There it is. It's an amazing statement. They have so much love for Krishna, they don't even know that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Yeah, otherwise they would not be able to intimately associate with Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many, many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as a personal friend. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami recites this verse. Itam satam brahma sukhan bhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam naradarakena sakam vijaru krita punya punja. It's all poetry, beautiful poetry. Here is the Supreme Person, who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now, these boys, who have performed many, many pious activities in their past lives, are playing with that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 12, 11. The fact is that the devotee is not concerned with seeing the Vishwarupa, the universal form, but Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statements so that in the future people could understand that Krishna is not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the Supreme, but actually presented himself as
such
to Arjuna. Arjuna must confirm this because Arjuna is the beginning of the Parampara system. Those who are actually interested in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and who follow in the footsteps of Arjuna, should understand that Krishna has not theoretically presented himself as the Supreme, but actually revealed himself as the Supreme. The Lord gave Arjuna the necessary power to see his universal form because he knew that Arjuna did not particularly want to see it, as we have already explained. So then why did he ask Krishna to show his form, the universal form? It was to help the nonsense people to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If he presents himself as baby Krishna, no one will believe he's God. If he presents himself as, let's say, a teenager, again, they won't believe he's God. But if he presents himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the universal form, then they'll believe he's God. That's it. But for devotees, they don't want to see the universal form. They want to see Krishna in his human form, 2 arms, 2 legs, and so forth. And in that way, they can engage in loving in pastimes with the Lord. How can they engage in loving pastimes with the Lord if he is a gigantic universal form? It's not possible. Takes time.
Maharaj, just a time check.
Yeah, okay, we're finished. Yeah.
7:47. You want to?
Okay, we'll stop right there. Are there any questions anyone has? Any questions or comments? So this is beautiful Sanskrit poetry. Itam satam brahma sukhana bhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam naradarakena sakam vicharu krita punya punja. Here is the Supreme Person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, the Supreme Personality Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. Now, these boys, who have performed many, many pious activities in their past lives, are playing with that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 12, 11.
10, 12, 11.
Yeah, so Krishna can play with his friends, the coward boys. Why? Because the coward boys completely love Krishna. And sometimes they will get on the back of Krishna and make Krishna the horsey. Just imagine how much love they have, how much love Krishna has for his devotees, that he'll be the horsey. And they'll say, "Giddy up."
Yeah, they tease him, they
They play hide and seek.
hide and seek.
They cover his eyes. Okay, well, we'll stop right there tonight, my dear devotees. Please, I hope you have dreams of Krishna tonight. Very nice.
Haribo.
Haribo. Oh,
And,
glory to Shiva.
And then anybody who's local can join for Harinam Sankirtan, Harinam Ecstasy. You're coming to tonight.
The temple.
Temple.
Yeah, we're going to go to the temple now. And chant, you know what? Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare. Okay, so that is. Okay, so we're going to